Take off that mask. You don't need it.
What do you think you'll see if I do?
The face of my son.
Your son, he's gone.
That is Adam Driver playing the villain Kylo Ren in 2015 Star Wars The Force Awakens, a movie that grossed more than $2 billion worldwide. The moment Kylo took off his mask in The Force Awakens and revealed the actor's face, Driver, with his memorable look, immediately became recognizable around the world. That blockbuster movie came at the beginning of a 2-year run that catapulted Driver into another echelon of celebrity. He worked with Martin Scorsese. He won critical acclaim for his lead role in the film Patterson. And this year, he wrapped the final season of Girls, the HBO show that put him on the map. I got together at the Parlor Restaurant here in New York with a native of Mishawaka, Indiana, for a Sunday Sitdown. Adam Driver is still getting used to being a movie star.
It's a weird thing to adjust to. I feel like your job as an actor is to look at everybody else, and when people are looking at you, you can't help but be self-conscious about it.
Playing the villain in the most famous movie franchise in history has a way of changing your life.
Han Solo. I feel like he's the father you never had. He would have disappointed you.
Get out of my head.
If you walk down the street in New York City, probably mainly because of Star Wars, the experience is different than it would have been 2 years ago.
Yeah, no, it kind of, and that sucks. It just kind of sucks.
Does it really?
No. It's just there's more people that recognize you from Star Wars. And plus, like, the way I'm really tall, I try to be covert or wear a hat, but it's just like look, Adam's wearing a hat walking down the street. But also the dealing with the kid part of it is really great, and I don't think I thought about that either. How much the cross-generational it is.
Before he became Kylo Ren to the world, Driver was best known as another Adam, his character for 6 seasons on the HBO series Girls.
Yeah, after you.
After you.
After you.
I said after you.
Okay, I'll go.
Okay, great, I'll go.
Driver was working as a stage actor in New York when the call came from Girls. He had to be pushed, though, into auditioning for the show's creator, Lena Dunham.
I was, I don't want to do TV. I was doing a play at the time, but it was HBO, and I thought it was different, and it's still so it's checked my artistic standard that no one had cared about. Yeah, it's total snob. But then I met Lena, and I really liked it. I liked her and didn't think I was going to get it. My agent made me go on it, basically. Then that was it.
Girls was the breakthrough role in a career that got off to a rocky start. Driver was turned on to acting by his movie buff grandfather. After graduating from high school in Indiana, Adam set off for Hollywood to take a shot at fame. That shot was brief.
I failed. I got to California and I had no more money because my car broke down outside of Amarillo, Texas. And then I tried to hitchhike and no one would give me a ride. Then I stayed at a youth hostel for 2 days when I was there, and then basically ran out of all my money and just drove back home. And everybody that I had said goodbye to in Indiana, I had a girlfriend at the time, they're see ya, see ya in the movies, or then 2 weeks later, or a week later, I was right back.
Driver moved right back in with his parents and admittedly was lost. Then, as he watched the attacks of September 11th on television, he decided he had to do something. He joined the Marines. And so how quickly after 9/11 did you find yourself at Camp Pendleton?
February, I was gone. So, yeah, and I remember them asking me, are you on the run from the police because you're so anxious to go that it makes us nervous.
What did you like about it? What did it give you?
I loved the people, that they made it kind of worth it. When you kind of live with those people day in, day out, and they're constantly showing up for you, that's a hard bond to duplicate.
But as his platoon was shipping out to Iraq, Driver broke his sternum in a biking accident. And despite his protest, he was ordered to stay behind. Was it brutal to watch those guys ship out without you?
Yeah, I think it's only recently now that I'm starting to get used to it. I'm more of a lazy, nasty civilian now. That I feel better about being out. But it's to suddenly leave that group at the time was not cool. But people have actually, I've said this before, and people from my platoon have actually reached out and been like, I read this thing you said, and yeah, I give you permission to let it go.
With a medical discharge from the Marine Corps, Adam turned back to acting. He applied to the prestigious Juilliard School in New York for a second time. He got in and found another side of himself.
My friends in the military would be more aggressive or violent because they couldn't articulate it. And I was becoming less aggressive when I was exposed to these highly articulate playwrights, or even just a theatrical experience that transcended words or whatever, and suddenly you find a connection with someone.
Those acting chops carried him from stages in New York to roles in movies, like Spielberg's Lincoln and the Coen brothers' Inside Llewyn Davis. Driver's latest is with director Steven Soderbergh in the film Logan Lucky, which is being called affectionately a redneck Ocean's 11.
My life of crime is over.
Where Ocean's 11, everyone has, it seems like they have all the means at their disposal. These people have no means at their disposal, which makes it funny.
And how many yards away is the vault?
20 yards. I don't know, maybe 30.
Is it 20 or is it 30? We are dealing with science here.
Soderbergh came out of retirement to direct an all-star cast that includes Daniel Craig, Hilary Swank, and Driver, joined by his brother in the movie, Channing Tatum. Did you get along with him right away?
Yeah. Channing is a really open, available person. It's easy to get along with him. Yeah, I went over to his house at like 4 in the afternoon, and then I think I left like at 4 the next morning.
Did you really?
Yeah. It was a good hang.
And this December, Driver returns as Kylo Ren in Star Wars: The Last Jedi. You can't say anything.
I'm like, can you just watch me edit myself as I'm talking? Even then, I'm like, oh God, but it's not really.
Studio heads right over there staring daggers through you. Without giving away plot.
Yeah, right.
Will fans be happy with what happens to Kylo?
God, I hope. I mean, I hope they will. I hope. I think it'll be, hopefully unexpected.
You need a teacher! I could show you the ways of the Force!
Last question. This is for my 8-year-old son, and by my 8-year-old son, I mean me. On the lightsaber, the little cross handle.
Cross guard, yeah.
Did Kylo ever worry about burning or injuring his hand in any way on that cross saber? I get the long one. That's the conventional saber.
Right.
The little cross at the bottom. Any concerns about that?
Was he ever scared of the cross
Well, did he ever
guard?
get burned? It seems like you've got the laser right there.
Never worried about it.
He was cool with it?
Yeah, he saw the advantages as opposed to the disadvantages. He's an optimist, really. If you can't tell.
And Adam returns as Kylo Ren with that dangerous lightsaber in Star Wars: The Last Jedi this December. His latest movie, Logan Lucky, directed by Steven Soderbergh, getting great reviews. That's in theaters right now. Given Adam's background as a Marine, he started a charity nearly a decade ago called Arts in the Armed Forces that brings theater to military bases for active duty service members, veterans, and their families. You can check that out at AITAF.org. To hear more about the upcoming Star Wars movie, or as much as I could extract from him painfully, check out our web extras with Adam Driver at today.com/Sunday.
Hello, Today fans. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking that button down there and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives.